Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Zen Mind Peaceful Life, where astrology meets mindfulness to help you live with clarity and peace. Today, I'm speaking directly to all the fiery Aries out there. If you feel that unstoppable energy rushing through your veins, this video is a must-watch. Why? Because June's cosmic weather is stirring up some serious challenges, especially when it comes to your love life. What if I told you that one impulsive choice this month could unravel your most cherished relationship? Or that missing just one subtle emotional cue might create distance where you crave closeness? And what about ignoring those quiet red flags because you're too caught up in your passion? In this video, I'll reveal the 3 critical pitfalls Aries must absolutely avoid in June, and I'll share deep psychological insights to help you not only survive but thrive in love. This isn't just about astrology, it's about learning how to harness your natural Aries fire in a way that fuels growth, connection, and peace. So, before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to join our mindful astrology family. Like this video if you're ready to turn your fiery energy into your greatest relationship strength, and share it with any Aries who needs this cosmic guidance. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Let's get started. Hey Aries, let's talk about June. This month is like a cosmic pressure cooker for your love life, and if you're not careful, that fiery spark you're so proud of could easily turn into a wildfire that burns down what you've built. Now, I know Aries are famous for their boldness, their courage, and their go big or go home attitude, but here's the truth: sometimes that fearless energy can backfire, especially when Mars and Venus start sending mixed signals. The universe is practically waving a red flag at you right now, whispering, slow down, listen, and think before you act. Imagine this: you're out on a date, everything feels exciting and new. You're brimming with confidence, and suddenly something small happens. Maybe your partner says something you don't expect, or they hesitate when you suggest plans for the weekend. Your immediate instinct is to jump to conclusions, to react quickly, maybe even snap. But this moment? It's a crossroads. Acting on impulse might feel natural, but it could push them away instead of bringing you closer. Aries, this month demands a little pause, a breath, a moment of reflection before you let your fiery nature take the lead. Why is that so crucial? Because impulsivity, as energizing as it feels, often masks deeper fears: fear of being vulnerable, fear of rejection, or simply a need to control the situation before it slips out of your hands. When you react without thinking, your brain isn't really solving the problem, it's trying to protect your ego. But that quick fire can ignite unnecessary arguments or misunderstandings that weren't even there to begin with. The trick is learning how to harness that intensity with mindfulness, turning what feels like a wild stallion into a steady, powerful force. I remember a friend, an Aries woman, who once rushed into a heated conversation with her partner during a night out. She felt ignored and misunderstood, so she lashed out, expecting him to defend her. Instead, he shut down, feeling attacked. The night ended with cold silence, and the next day, both of them regretted it. She later told me that moment was a wake-up call. If she could have just paused and asked a simple question instead of reacting, the outcome would have been completely different. This leads us to one of the most valuable practices for June. Before you speak or act, pause and ask yourself if you're responding to what's actually happening or to your fears and assumptions. This simple pause, a breath, can create space for clarity. Maybe write down your feelings first or take a quiet walk to calm your mind before tackling sensitive topics. Trust me, this will save you so much heartache. Now, Aries, there's something else that the stars want you to pay attention to: your emotional communication. You're known for your directness, your no-nonsense style, and that's a strength. But when it comes to love, being straightforward isn't always enough. Sometimes your partner isn't just looking for answers, they want to feel truly heard, seen, and emotionally connected. In June, Venus challenges you to open up a little more, to soften your words, and to listen not just with your ears but with your heart. Think about a time when you felt really understood. Maybe a friend or partner reflected back your feelings without judgment or rushed solutions. That's the kind of emotional presence that builds trust and deepens connection. It's the difference between talking at someone and truly with someone. You might have a habit of wanting to fix problems fast, but what if the real fix is just sitting with discomfort, holding space, and letting the other person express themselves fully? That's powerful. And it's exactly what you need to practice this month. I know an Aries man who used to think that showing vulnerability was a weakness. He would brush off his partner's feelings, thinking logic and action were enough. But after a tough breakup, he realized that he had pushed her away by not really listening. Since then, he's been practicing reflective listening, simply repeating back what he hears and asking gentle questions. His relationships have transformed because people finally feel safe around him. Here's a practical tip you can start today. When your partner or loved one shares something important, pause and reflect. Try to say, "What I'm hearing is," or "It sounds like you're feeling." Even if you don't fully understand, this effort shows you care. It's like planting seeds of emotional safety that will blossom over time. Now, if you think your Aries fire is enough to bulldoze any problem, beware of the third cosmic warning this June. Jupiter's expansive energy can trick you into overconfidence, especially in matters of the heart. You might find yourself ignoring those little warning signs or red flags because you're so sure the relationship will work out. This can lead to painful surprises down the line. And honestly, it's one of the trickiest traps for Aries. Our natural desire to charge ahead can blind us to boundaries, both ours and others. Maybe your partner has expressed discomfort about something, but you brush it off because you think it's minor or temporary. Or perhaps you notice signs of incompatibility but convince yourself that your passion can overcome anything. The problem is, ignoring boundaries often builds resentment and erodes trust quietly until it explodes in unexpected ways. A close friend once stayed in a relationship despite repeated disrespect, telling herself it was just a phase. But over time, the emotional toll became unbearable. She finally realized that honoring her own limits was not selfish, it was self-love. Saying no, setting clear boundaries, or even walking away when something doesn't feel right are acts of courage and protection. So, how do you spot these red flags without letting your passion cloud your judgment? Start by tuning into your body's signals. Notice when you feel uneasy, anxious, or drained after spending time with someone. These feelings are often your intuition trying to guide you. Journaling about your interactions can also reveal patterns you might miss in the moment. The more honest you are with yourself, the stronger your emotional armor becomes. Learning to respect boundaries isn't just about protecting yourself from harm, it's about creating space for healthy, thriving relationships. When both partners honor their limits, love has room to grow authentically and safely. This is a vital lesson for Aries in June. Strength lies in balance, not in pushing through at all costs. And here's the thing, this month isn't just about warnings or what to avoid. It's an invitation for you to turn your fiery energy into a powerful force for growth. When you learn to temper your impulses, deepen your emotional connections, and respect boundaries, you're not just surviving the cosmic challenges, you're thriving. Your love life can become a space of trust, passion, and peace. I promise, if you can start with these shifts, you'll notice a profound difference in how you relate to others and yourself. And there's so much more coming up, because June has even more in store for you. Aries. Next, we'll explore how to channel that energy productively to not just avoid pitfalls but to attract deeper love and joy. So stick around, and let's dive deeper into the cosmic roadmap that will help you make this June your most powerful month yet. As we dive deeper into June's cosmic challenges for Aries, it becomes clear that the fiery passion you carry can be a double-edged sword. Beyond just avoiding impulsive decisions and learning to communicate emotionally, this month calls for a new level of self-awareness and intentionality. This isn't about suppressing your fire but learning how to channel it in ways that foster growth, healing, and meaningful connections. One of the most subtle yet powerful lessons for Aries right now is understanding the role of patience, not as a weakness but as an act of wisdom. It's tempting for you to want immediate results, especially when it comes to love or close relationships. That urge to jump straight into action or demand quick answers is part of your natural makeup. However, June's energy is gently pushing you toward embracing the art of waiting and observing, which paradoxically can make your relationships stronger. Think about someone you know, or maybe even yourself, who rushed into defining a relationship too quickly. Maybe they jumped from the excitement of a first date to making life-changing decisions without giving the relationship time to breathe. Often, that rush can mask unresolved fears or unmet emotional needs. When those remain hidden, they tend to resurface later in more painful ways. Learning to slow down and be present with uncertainty takes courage. But it also allows space for real emotional intimacy to develop naturally, instead of forcing it. There's a story I heard about an Aries man who used to believe that if he loved someone, he had to prove it through constant grand gestures and decisive moves. But his relationships often burned out fast because the intensity was overwhelming for his partners. Over time, he discovered that simply being present, listening without an agenda, and allowing love to unfold at its own pace made all the difference. That shift, from rushing to patience, transformed not only his love life but how he experienced himself. Alongside patience comes the need to develop emotional resilience. This means learning how to handle discomfort in relationships without immediately reacting or shutting down. Aries energy is often wired to fix problems or move past conflict quickly, but some emotional experiences require sitting with the discomfort and letting feelings simmer before they resolve. When you rush through emotions or avoid difficult conversations, unresolved issues can pile up, quietly undermining trust and connection. Imagine you're in a conversation where your partner shares something painful or vulnerable. Your first instinct might be to offer solutions or change the subject to avoid discomfort. But what if the real gift is just to hold space for their feelings, to listen deeply without trying to fix? This kind of emotional presence doesn't come naturally to everyone. But for Aries, developing it can be life-changing. It builds a foundation of trust that words alone can't create. An Aries woman I know struggled for years with this. She wanted to be the strong one, always the problem solver, but she noticed her partner started withdrawing because he felt unheard. When she began practicing simple presence, nodding, soft eye contact, validating feelings without judgment, it opened a new chapter of closeness in their relationship. It took practice, but it made all the difference. In June, cultivating this kind of emotional patience and resilience will be a key to navigating the ups and downs of your love life. When you find yourself tempted to react quickly or fix things, remind yourself that sometimes love asks you to simply be, to hold space, listen, and accept emotions as they are. This practice strengthens your emotional muscles and deepens intimacy. Another important piece of this cosmic puzzle involves embracing vulnerability. For Aries, who often pride themselves on strength and independence, vulnerability can feel risky or uncomfortable. But opening your heart to someone means allowing yourself to be seen, flaws and all, and trusting that love can hold you even in your most tender moments. There's a powerful story from one of my Aries clients who, after years of hiding her fears and anxieties behind a tough exterior, finally allowed herself to be vulnerable with her partner. Instead of being rejected, she was met with compassion and understanding. That moment of truth transformed their connection and helped her heal old wounds. Vulnerability became not a source of weakness but of profound strength. If you've been guarding your heart tightly, June invites you to gently lower your defenses. Start with small steps, share a feeling you usually keep hidden, admit when you don't have all the answers, or ask for support when you need it. These actions may feel scary at first, but they pave the way for deeper, more authentic love. It's also important to remember that vulnerability doesn't mean you have to expose yourself to everyone. It's about choosing the right people and moments where your openness is met with respect and care. Protecting your heart while allowing it to expand is a delicate balance, and one that you, Aries, can master with intention. On the practical side, journaling can be a powerful tool here. Writing down your fears, hopes, and feelings before sharing them aloud can help you process emotions and prepare to communicate more openly. This practice can also reveal patterns in your behavior, helping you understand when you might be holding back or pushing too hard. Lastly, June challenges Aries to reconnect with self-care as a foundation for all these emotional shifts. Your natural tendency might be to pour your energy into your partner or relationship, sometimes neglecting your own needs. But self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. When you nurture yourself, your emotional reserves replenish, and you become a more grounded and loving partner. Simple rituals like mindful breathing, short meditation breaks, or spending time in nature can help soothe your fiery energy. One Aries friend found that starting her mornings with just 5 minutes of focused breathwork transformed her entire day, making her calmer, more patient, and more present. That ripple effect touched her relationships profoundly. Incorporating these practices into your daily life strengthens your emotional resilience, deepens your capacity for vulnerability, and helps you navigate life's challenges with grace. June's cosmic energies may feel intense, but they are also a powerful invitation for growth. The journey doesn't stop here. There's more to explore about how Aries can cultivate deeper trust, set healthy boundaries, and turn passion into peace. So stay with me, because the next part of this cosmic roadmap will give you even more tools to transform your love life and your inner world this June. June's cosmic dance is still unfolding, and for Aries, the real work begins as you start to tune into the subtler aspects of your fiery energy. You've already faced the urge to act impulsively and learned how powerful emotional presence can be. But now it's time to explore how to channel your passion in ways that nurture both your soul and your relationships. There's a misconception that Aries energy is all about non-stop action, relentless drive, and pushing limits. While that's partly true, the stars are inviting you to discover the hidden power in patience and reflection, qualities that may feel foreign or even frustrating at first. But once embraced, these can transform your love life and personal growth in ways that surprise even you. Think about a relationship you've had where things moved too fast. Maybe it was exciting at first, but that initial rush faded, leaving confusion or pain. It's common for Aries to charge full steam ahead, fueled by excitement and desire, but the truth is, love often needs a gentle rhythm. Allowing things to unfold naturally, without rushing, builds a foundation that's strong enough to withstand life's inevitable storms. One Aries friend shared how she used to overwhelm new partners with her intensity, expecting them to keep up with her blazing pace. But over time, she noticed that her relationships were often short-lived, ending before they really began. When she learned to slow down, to savor the moments and really listen, her connections deepened and lasted longer. This wasn't about losing her fire, but about balancing it with calm and presence. This balance also requires cultivating emotional resilience, the ability to stay grounded when things get messy or uncomfortable. Aries are natural warriors, often ready to fight for what they want, but sometimes the strongest battles are the quiet internal ones. Handling emotional turbulence with grace instead of reacting impulsively can turn conflicts into opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Imagine a situation where your partner shares a concern or disappointment. Your first instinct might be to defend yourself or fix the issue immediately. But sometimes, simply acknowledging their feelings and allowing space for honest dialogue can heal wounds more effectively than any quick solution. Developing this emotional patience helps you connect on a deeper level, building trust and safety. An Aries man I know struggled with this for years. He equated strength with always having the answer or leading the conversation. After a tough breakup, he realized that his partners needed him to be present in their feelings rather than offering instant fixes. He started practicing active listening, really hearing without interrupting or judging, and his relationships transformed. That kind of presence creates intimacy that fiery energy alone can't achieve. As you learn these new emotional skills, vulnerability becomes your unexpected ally. For Aries, who pride themselves on independence and strength, opening up can feel risky or exposing. But vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the courage to be seen as you truly are, with all your passions, fears, and imperfections. It's a powerful way to deepen connections and invite genuine love. One woman shared how after years of hiding her doubts and insecurities behind a confident exterior, she finally let her partner in during a difficult moment. Instead of rejection, she was met with compassion and support, which strengthened their bond and helped her heal old wounds. Vulnerability, she discovered, was the doorway to a more authentic and fulfilling relationship. Taking steps toward vulnerability might start small, sharing a worry, admitting you don't have all the answers, or asking for help when you need it. These moments, though sometimes uncomfortable, build trust and intimacy. It's about choosing when and where to lower your defenses, trusting that the right people will honor your openness. Journaling can be a helpful practice here. Writing down your thoughts and feelings before sharing them aloud gives you clarity and courage. It also helps uncover hidden fears or desires that might otherwise influence your reactions unconsciously. Self-awareness is key to transforming vulnerability from a risk into a strength. At the same time, June's energy reminds Aries that self-care is not optional, it's essential. You might be tempted to pour all your energy into your partner or relationship, but neglecting yourself only leads to burnout and frustration. Nourishing your own well-being replenishes your emotional reserves and makes you a more present, loving partner. Simple daily rituals like mindful breathing, meditation, or spending time outdoors can soothe your fiery nature. One Aries friend started a morning routine of just 5 minutes of focused breathwork. And it shifted her entire day, making her calmer, more patient, and more connected. This inner calm ripples outward, creating space for healthier interactions and deeper love. Practicing self-care also means recognizing your limits and honoring your needs without guilt. Saying no to situations that drain you or asking for space to recharge is not selfish, it's necessary for your emotional survival and growth. When you respect yourself, others learn to respect you too, and that sets a powerful standard in your relationships. As you integrate patience, emotional resilience, vulnerability, and self-care, you'll find that your Aries fire doesn't diminish, it transforms. It becomes a steady flame that warms and lights your path, rather than a wildfire that burns out of control. This journey is ongoing, and the challenges June presents are opportunities in disguise. The more you practice these lessons, the more you'll notice your relationships flourishing in unexpected ways. Passion deepens into understanding, impulsivity shifts into intentionality, and love becomes a source of peace as well as excitement. There's so much more to explore as we continue to map out your June. Next, we'll delve into how Aries can build trust, set healthy boundaries, and use the month's energy to attract lasting love and joy. Stay with me, because your journey is just beginning. As June unfolds, Aries, it's time to talk about how to turn all the awareness and emotional work you've been doing into positive action. After all, your natural energy is designed for movement and growth. The stars encourage you now not just to avoid mistakes but to actively cultivate habits that strengthen your love life and inner peace. One of the most empowering ways you can use your fiery nature this month is by intentionally channeling your passion into self-growth and relationship nourishment. Aries energy is vibrant and magnetic, and when directed with clear intention, it can inspire both you and your partner to new levels of connection. Take a moment to think about how you usually express love. Is it through grand gestures, quick decisions, or intense conversations? This June, the universe invites you to explore more sustainable ways of showing you care, small acts of kindness, consistent presence, and meaningful listening. These might feel less dramatic than your usual style, but they have the power to build trust and safety over time. I remember an Aries friend who used to feel frustrated that her passionate declarations didn't always have the impact she hoped for. When she shifted to showing love through daily, small rituals, like a simple morning message, sharing a quiet cup of tea, or remembering a partner's favorite song, her relationships deepened in unexpected ways. It was a reminder that love isn't always about fireworks, sometimes it's about the quiet, steady flame. Alongside this, June asks Aries to prioritize healing, not just in your relationships but within yourself. The intensity of your fire sometimes masks old wounds or unprocessed emotions that resurface when love feels vulnerable. This month, make space for self-reflection and gentle healing. Whether through journaling, meditation, or talking with a trusted friend or counselor, facing your inner emotional landscape helps clear the way for healthier connections. Imagine that inner work is tending a garden. Without regular care, weeds grow and choke out the flowers. But with attention and love, the garden blooms. Your emotional garden thrives when you nurture your own needs alongside those of your partner. Another powerful tool this month is the practice of gratitude. It might sound simple, but actively recognizing the positive aspects of your relationships and life creates a ripple effect of joy and connection. When Aries focuses on gratitude, it tempers impatience and fuels appreciation for what truly matters. I once coached an Aries client who struggled to stay present in her long-term relationship. By introducing a daily gratitude practice, writing down 3 things she appreciated about her partner each day, her mindset shifted. Small frustrations gave way to warmth and understanding. The change was subtle but profound. Finally, June challenges Aries to embrace the power of intention setting. Your fiery nature loves goals and action, so this is the perfect time to clarify what you want in love and life. Write down your relationship intentions, what kind of connection you want, how you want to feel, and what behaviors you want to embody. Revisiting these intentions regularly keeps you aligned and mindful of your path. Intentions act like a compass, helping you navigate challenges with focus and grace. When you face moments of doubt or temptation to fall back into old patterns, return to your written intentions. They remind you why you're choosing growth over reaction, patience over impulsivity. There's a story I love about an Aries man who used intention setting as a daily ritual. Each morning, he visualized the kind of partner he wanted to be: patient, loving, open, and this practice subtly shifted his actions and mindset. Over time, his relationships blossomed, and he felt more fulfilled. Now, as we wrap up Aries, remember that June is a month of profound opportunity. The cosmic energies at play might feel intense, but they're guiding you toward deeper love, greater emotional mastery, and a more peaceful inner life. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress, awareness, and kindness toward yourself and others. If you've found these insights helpful, please take a moment to like this video. It really helps our Zen Mind Peaceful Life community grow, so we can continue sharing mindful astrology guidance with you. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video that supports your spiritual and emotional growth. Feel free to share this with any Aries friends who might need this cosmic heads up. I'd love to hear from you. What challenges or breakthroughs are you experiencing in your love life this June? Drop your stories or questions in the comments below. Let's support each other on this journey. Stay tuned for upcoming videos where we'll explore Aries' lucky days this month, how to maximize your cosmic advantages, and ways to attract abundance and joy. Until then, keep nurturing that beautiful Aries fire with patience, love, and mindful intention. Thank you for being here with Zen Mind Peaceful Life. Take care and see you in the next video.